Hi friends, today I would be discussing about the KCET June 2022 question paper. So KCET, you are eligible for BVSC and animal husbandry, dairy technology courses, marine fisheries, food technology, agricultural courses. So these are all the courses that you are eligible if you take up KCET biology. And you should know that biology question paper here, it has 80% of questions. 75 to 80% is from second year and around 20% is from first year portions. So this is the version code A1. So with the answer key it is there. So let us begin with the discussion of this question paper. So the filtration of blood during urine formation takes place in glomerulus, and they are going to form the primary urine. So you are aware about it. So corpus callosum connects the cerebrum and cerebellum, two lobes of cerebellum, spinal cord with the brain, two cerebral hemispheres. The corpus callosum connects the two cerebral hemispheres is the correct answer. Menstrual cycle is exhibited by apes, because only primates we call it as menstrual cycle, whereas in cow, tiger and rat we call it as estrous cycle. An example of dioecious plant is mango, cucurbita, papaya, coconut. So mango is bisexual flowers, cucurbita they are unisexual but monoecious, coconut is also unisexual but monoecious. So papaya has male and female plants separately, so that is the reason papaya is the right answer for it. An example of dioecious plant is papaya, even though in the answer key it is given as mango, the answer is papaya. Stalk of the stamen is petiole, filament, peduncle, pedicel. It is called as filament. The ovule of the angiosperm is technically known as megasporangium. So the answer is megasporangium. So the complete structure is known as megasporophyll. The typical mature embryo sac of angiosperm is 7 nucleate 8 celled, or 8 nucleate 8 celled, 8 nucleate 1 celled, 8 nucleate 7 celled. So the answer is D, 7 celled 8 nucleate embryo sac. One of the 2000-year-old viable seed discovered, it is date palm. So Phoenix dactylifera is the answer. The testes are situated outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum, as it helps to maintain the low temperature. That is the right answer for it. Identify the odd one from the following: infundibulum, fimbriae, isthmus, labia minora. So infundibulum, fimbriae, isthmus, they are all internal labeling of the female reproductive organ, whereas labia minora is the external part of the genitalia. So in which month of gestation the first movement of fetus and appearance of hair on its head is observed? So it is observed during the 5th month. That is the right answer. The most abundant type of WBC cell is neutrophils, based on their percentage of distribution, nearly 63% to 70% distribution of neutrophils you can notice. Which of the following is correctly matched? Bulbil, agave, conidia, hydra, spores, sponge, gemmules, amoeba. So bulbil, agave is the rightly matched. Conidia is in fungi, not in hydra. Spores are not seen in sponges. Gemmules are not seen in amoeba. The technique advised by a doctor to overcome the problem of infertility is ART, assisted reproductive technology. So ART, that is the right part of it. Amniocentesis is a process to grow cell on culture medium, determine any disease of heart, determine the sex of the fetus is the right answer. Amniocentesis is a process to determine the sex of the fetus. The first human-like being is Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, or is it Homonthus or Homo habilis? The answer is Homo habilis. XO type of sex determination and XY type of sex determination are the examples of male homogamity, male heterogamity, female homogamity, female heterogamity. The answer is male heterogamity. Example for non-Mendelian disorder: thalassemia, hemophilia, cystic fibrosis, Down syndrome. A non-Mendelian disorder is, all these are Mendelian disorders: thalassemia, hemophilia, cystic fibrosis. Down syndrome, it is 21st chromosomal trisomy. So it is not a Mendelian disorder, it is non-Mendelian disorder. Gynecomastia is a symptom of Klinefelter syndrome. So the enlargement of breast is seen in Klinefelter affected individuals. So you would have studied about XXY nature of Klinefelter syndrome. The affected male in the pedigree chart is symbolized by. So the A is the correct option for it. The given diagram represents nucleosome model of chromosome. So which of the following is not secreted by human placenta FSH? It is secreted at the pituitary gland, follicle stimulating hormone, whereas the progesterone, HCG, human chorionic gonadotrophin, relaxin, they are all secreted by human placenta, but FSH is not secreted by them. A series of experiments were conducted by Frederick Griffith in 1928 on transforming principle with Salmonella typhimurium, Escherichia coli, Streptococcus pneumoniae is the right answer. So R strain and S strain. The number of codons effective in coding 20 amino acids are, it will be 61, because 3 amino codons are nonsense codons or terminator codons. So answer is 61. Which aspect forms the basis of DNA fingerprinting? The satellite DNA showing high degree of repetition in DNA segments, the ratio of purines and pyrimidines present in DNA, the amount of DNA found in sample of blood, saliva and skin, sequence of DNA present in the ridges and grooves of fingerprints. So the answer is the satellite DNA showing high degree of repetition in DNA segments, variable number of tandem repeats, VNTRs. So you should remember about it. Identify the most infectious and fatal type of malarial parasite. So Plasmodium falciparum is the most infectious and fatal type of malarial parasite. The type of antibodies produced during allergic reactions are IgE, immunoglobulin E. One of the side effects of the use of anabolic steroids in females is masculinization, so the appearance of masculine character. Which of the following is a opiate narcotic? So opiates, you have opium, morphine, heroin. So the answer is morphine. The large holes in Swiss cheese are made by bacterium producing large amount of carbon dioxide, machine, or is it fungus that releases a lot of gases during metabolic activities, bacterium that produces methane gas. So bacterium producing a large amount of carbon dioxide is the reason for holes in the cheese. So which vitamin is increased by lab in curd? So vitamin B12, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin B. So vitamin B12 is increased by lactic acid bacteria in curd. Enzyme which is used to remove oily stains in laundry: amylase, renin, lipase, protease. So lipase is used to remove the oily stains in laundry. DNA replicates semi-conservatively was first shown in plants: Escherichia coli, higher animals, human cell. E. coli, Messels and Stahl worked on E. coli. So the answer is Escherichia coli. What does the sample of given base sequence represents? It's a palindromic sequence: GAA, TTC, CTT, AAG. Reason is the coding sequence reads the same when read in a particular direction. 5' through 3', if you read both of them, then you get it as GAA, TTC. So that is why it's a palindromic sequence. Gel electrophoresis is used for separation of DNA fragments according to their size, construction of recombinant DNA by joining with cloning vectors, cutting of DNA into fragments, isolation of DNA molecule. Separation of DNA fragments according to their size is the correct option. Separation of DNA fragments according to their size. That is why gel electrophoresis is utilized. An antibiotic resistance gene in a vector usually helps in the selection of transformed cells. So ampicillin, the ampicillin resistant and the other resistant antibiotic part of it, insertional inactivation is happening there. Tetracycline resistance. So you might have come across whenever DNA is inserted at these zones, it leads to insertional inactivation, and the presence of the other ampicillin helps in identifying the transformed cells. Silencing of specific mRNA in RNA interference is by double-stranded RNA, dsRNA, which has sense and antisense strand. Since they match with each other, so they pair with each other, complementary to each other, they are going to form double-stranded RNA. Cry1AC effectively controls cotton bollworms. ADA deficiency can be cured by gene therapy or bone marrow transplantation. It is a temporary therapy. Permanent is by embryonic change by gene therapy. Average natality rate in our village is 25. Average mortality is 24. Immigration 2 and emigration 3. And the net increase in population. So average natality in our village is 25. Average mortality is 24. So you have to find the difference between them. So natality and mortality, 1 difference. Immigration 2 and emigration 3. A net increase in population is 0. So because 1, you have to use that formula wherein the natality and the immigration, they are minus of that. So you have to add natality plus immigration. So it comes to around 25 plus 2, 27. Mortality is 24. Immigration is 2. So 26. So 20. So we are going to get the answer is 0. Okay. The term molecular scissor refers to restriction enzymes. The animals that are active during daytime are diurnal, so nocturnal during night time. Which of the following statement is incorrect related to biomes? So high temperature and minimum rainfall help to form grassland. Variation in temperature and mean precipitation accounts for major biomes. So all these are correct statement. Low temperature and less rainfall is a characteristic of tundra biome. It is the correct statement for tundra biomes. More rainfall and low temperature is the characteristic of desert is wrong. Low rainfall and high temperature is the characteristic of desert. So D is the incorrect statement. The amount of photosynthetically active radiation captured by plants is 60 to 70%, 20 to 30%, 10 to 20%, 2 to 10% is the right answer. The given graph represents population growth, enzyme activity, species area relationship, growth of an organism. So it represents species area relationship. Cuscuta is an example of ectoparasitism because it is found on the outer part of the host plant. Particulates of dash size pose greatest risk to human health. Less than 2.5 micrometers is the answer. Maintenance of constant internal environment is called homeostasis. Bovine spongy encephalopathy is caused by, BSE is caused by the prions. Phycoerythrin and Floridian starch is found in red algae or rhodophyceae. Different types of respiratory organs like gills, book lungs and trachea are present in the arthropoda. Which of the following plant is used to extract colchicine? Colchicum autumnale. So B is the right answer. Row of S-shaped setae in the body of earthworm are present in all the segments except the first, last and clitellum. So except this, the earthworm has this S-shaped setae in all part of it except the first, last and clitellum, they are absent. Cell theory was formulated by Schleiden, Schwann. So B is the answer. It was modified by Virchow. So the type of polysaccharide present in a cotton fiber is cellulose. Enzyme involved in crossing over is recombinase. Kranz anatomy can be seen in maize, which is a C4 plant. Respiratory quotient of glucose is 1. A person suddenly starts coughing while swallowing food. This coughing would have been due to improper movement of epiglottis. The last question of this paper is binomial nomenclature is introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. So at the end of this paper, some innovative questions were there. Most of them, if you are well versed with the textbook, you could have answered all these questions. So it is very easy paper with 3 to 4 questions which have been tough. So that completes our discussion on KCET 2022. Good luck to all of you who are taking up the KCET biology. God bless you all. Thank you.